Hello, I'm Talia Wise-Carver, the DCS Foster Parent Recruitment Manager for Harmony.
And I'm Kim Bracken. I'm a foster parent recruiter for Harmony. So you have completed the inquiry form, you've been contacted by the inquiry coordinator. What's next?
So once you get that green light, right? So you have to complete an informational meeting. And the informational meeting is part of TNKey, but we did separate them out into two different videos because they're two separate things, kind of. So the informational meeting you're going to complete, and it's a 2-hour online course. And it's going to cover a whole lot of information in that 2 hours. It's going to go into the rest of those requirements. I know we did a video on the minimum requirements, but it's going to go into greater detail. It's going to discuss some policy, some different procedures that we have to complete, and kind of let you know the department's expectations of you moving forward, correct?
Yeah, and it's going to talk about what comes next, you know, what that TNKey process looks like, what those classes are going to cover. And it really, if you haven't started the self-assessment process, that's really where you can start it, is during that informational meeting when you learn more about the requirements and expectations from the Department of Children's Services.
Absolutely. And so let's say I do an informational meeting and I realize this is not the time for me to foster. What then? Is that okay?
That's
Am
okay.
I like signed in that I can't drop out at any point?
You can drop out at any point. You can drop out at any point. Yeah, there's no commitment. You can attend and you can say, "Whoo, this is a whole lot more than I thought," or "Now is not a good time," or "This is good information, but I might wait a couple years down the road till I'm more financially stable, or until my kids have gone on to college," or whatever.
So what if I do the informational meeting and I'm like, absolutely, this was perfect.
Yes.
I love it. I'm ready to go dive in.
I hope everybody has that response.
Me too.
So if you've completed the informational meeting and you're ready to go to the next step, if you haven't already signed up for a TNKey class, you can do that. And there'll be people there to help you do that. Like we said, those classes are all online. There's a calendar that tells you when the classes are. They're during the evenings, they're on Saturday mornings. So you can choose which schedule is going to work best for you and your partner or other parents in the household that might be going through the process as well.
So, okay, here's a common question we get. Let's say I have a partner living at home. I want to do the classes, but they don't. Do they need to be a part of that training as well?
Yes, they do, because that child is coming into your home. If you both live there, you both need to be on board. And, you know, that's hard because sometimes that happens. A lot of times that happens where one person wants to do it and the other person is like, I don't want to do this. We don't want to bringing a child into your home is already additional stress.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? But if you're not on the same page as your partner, yikes, that's even more stress. So both people need to be ready and willing to go through the process and receive a child or children into their home.
One more question I thought of while you were talking.
Okay.
Let's say I have a 20-year-old child that lives with me and they're going to help watch the kid every day after school. Do they need to take the classes?
Yes, absolutely. I believe policy states any child over 18 in the home that is going to be helping with the child has to go through the classes. Now, there are exceptions. You know, kids that are at college, live away from home, aren't there very often, and you'll have people that your workers will help you through that, determining whether or not your child has to go. But yeah, if you know my child's 20, they are going to be picking the child up from school and be with them for 2 or 3 hours every day before I get home from work. Yeah, we want them to go through the training. We want them to learn all the things that you're learning, to learn how to care for a child who has experienced trauma, because it's very different than caring for a child who hasn't experienced trauma.
It is very different. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's
So what do we need to do? Where do they need to go?
I'm kind of like you in the last video. Hopefully you guys know. You're going to go to fosteringtn.org and click that Get Started link. So we're going to go to fosteringtn.org and click Get Started so that you can start your journey to becoming a foster parent.
Great. Thanks so much.